We take a look at Korean companies that turn crisis into new opportunities. Hello, welcome to Korea 4.0. I'm your host, Chung Se-min. The world's biggest IT exposition, Consumer Electronics Show 2020, just took place in Las Vegas, United States last week. During the four-day event, global companies as well as South Korean companies presented some of their latest and hottest technologies. So in today's Korea 4.0, we will give you the summary on the newest IT trends shown at this year's CES and how these technologies will change and shape the future of our lives. The CES is an annual trade show held every January in Las Vegas, United States. It's held to host presentations of new products and technologies in the consumer electronics industry. The Consumer Technology Association hosts this annual event for international companies. It's an event where we can see the present and the future of household appliances like TV and audio, as well as IoT, drone, and other high-tech gadgets. Some 390 Korean companies participated in CES 2020. It was an event with the most number of Korean companies to take part in. We saw a wide range of innovative technology and products at the CES 2020. Korean companies worked hard to present unrivaled technology and products. So let's now take a look at the CES 2020. Hello, Professor Oh. Thank you so much for taking your time out to sit down with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this year's CES came down to a grand finale just this past weekend, and it was one of the biggest in size in its history. Over 350 companies participated and 150 startups. What were some of the major changes that you saw on this year's CES?
It is too broad to speak simply, but major changes might be diversified. One thing is CES 2020 opens the door of digital transformation, and the other one is paradigm shift from one IoT, Internet of Things, to the new IoT is a intelligence of things. As far as digital transformation is concerned, the digital transformation refers to the kind of chain reaction due to digital technology developing and then applying digital technology into our daily lives. Nowadays, digital technology, they take a role of not a supportive role, but they are changers and then leading the lifestyle. So in this sense, I might say that with the help of digital technology, that CES 2020 shows the modus vivendi, which means mode of new life. And another thing we have to comment about new IoT, which is closely related with the concept of AI, could increase the accuracy and prediction of the daily life. And then I might say that customized service could be possible as a result.
Well, CES is a great place to track on progresses that we see on nascent technologies like AI, just like you mentioned, and the self-driving cars and robots and many more. And I believe there are many changes that we were able to see on this year's CES, because in the past, we used to think that CES had a lot of household appliances, but nowadays, in recent years, it has evolved to become a global major IT exposition. So do you think that such a shift has become possible due to a rapid development of new technologies?
In the past CES, they showed their very effort to catch the market of the present. And then by persuading their customers, their ardent sincerity of innovation to sustain the market of the present. But CES 2020 paid more attention, not just the innovation, but the direction of innovation and the timing of innovation. What matters more is about the meaning of innovation. And CES 2020 handed in the issue of clean air, clean energy, and other types of data privacy, flying car concept, smart city. This means the social impact of this innovation, and this means the direction of innovation in the future, I might say.
Now, CES is organized by CTA, Consumer Technology Association, and they have named this year's CES slogan as AI in Everyday Life. What were your thoughts on that?
At this moment, I remember a kind of famous phrase, dream comes true. Once AI might have been considered as a dream till recently, now AI becomes true to the world. So CES 2020 shows the direction and then shows a sign how the dream comes true in reality, especially in the field of consumer electronics, such as fabulous fridges and TVs embedded with AIs. It seems like a dreamy dream, but there is kind of doubt over the data protection and then privacy right protection and so on. I should say it is high time for us to take a double look at the importance of data protection appropriately for the same level of accuracy.
The CTA organizes the CES, and this year's keyword is artificial intelligence AI. Samsung Electronics presented Bali, a small rolling robot that can be used as a live companion. The camera-equipped rolling robot is designed to react to its users' needs and to be actively helpful around the house, working as an assistant and a remote control for smart home devices.
Well, artificial intelligence has definitely is becoming a big part of our lives, and I was very fascinated to see on some of the videos at CES how there are personal assistants like Bali that Samsung just presented at this year's CES. What were your thoughts on such products?
Fabulous, and especially you comment about the Bali. And then it's kind of very fascinating new idea.
And you see here.
Yeah, I want to have that one.
It's just about the size of a tennis ball. And it's just like you roll it and it follows you.
It has a lot of potentiality to improve more and more. And then Boli seems like a kind of a partner in the atomic family. I mean that one-person family. And that it could help. And then even it might be a partner of dogs in a family.
What are the biggest things that Bali can do?
Then Bali, equipped with intelligence, artificial intelligence, the simultaneous response between the master and the Bali, those kind of spontaneous reaction and then responsiveness make comfortable as a member of family.
And just like in the picture, you see the little camera, and I saw the video clips of Bali being able to record, our everyday lives, and it was really neat. Yeah.
And not just the functional recording, that it also keep watching the house, inside house, and then want to see inside of his or her home.
We're living in the era of the fourth industrial revolution, and one of the things that we have to point out is that not only the companies are speeding up their research and development on such technologies like AI, but also the governments. They're trying to partner up with some of the major global companies. So what kinds of changes are you seeing in the industry in terms of AI?
Well, very hard to say, but more than anything else, due to development of AI, and then AI technology might highly possibly be installed in the smart car, smartphone, and other smart appliance, taking the role of brain in a system, in an appliances.
So almost everything has the name smart in the front.
What matters is instead of me, instead of my brain. Even though there is a chance and there is a brightness the smart industry, and then we have to prepare for the risks when the smart industry has improved and then developed in the near future also. And more than anything else, that with the introduction of AI, one of the attributes of hyperconnection makes digital transformation trigger. As a result, continuous value creation and transformation follows, which might be interpreted as an expansion of market and industry it might be definitely, it might be a gain of economic growth.
Well, last year, South Korea became the first country to launch the commercial 5G networks. And there are a lot of people, even around me, who are using 5G smartphones. But I think it's a little bit early to say that we are experiencing such a prominent difference in terms of 5G and 4G. So what are different kinds of areas that we could see how 5G networks are applied?
There is a misconception, I must say, that it is noted well that Korea has competitiveness, IT technologies, and invest a variety of IT infrastructure driven by the government and companies around the country. And then it does not mean that equip the infrastructure of IT does not mean that it means the advanced 5G system. Equipping infrastructure of IT is just only a necessary condition. And then to be sufficient, we need to invest more, and we need to provide more about the 5G. When I say that AI it take the function of brain, and then the 5G is a neural system in the body. So think about it when the neural system guarantees the speed of exchange and then speed of communication in a condition of stable and then safe and sound. Here the key point is that safe and sound.
So what is the image that we are seeing on the TV screen right now?
This is a typical example of automated vehicle, and then which is controlled by 5G technology.
The green lines and the signals that we see.
Yeah, right.
The car itself is detecting all these obstacles, and that's how it drives.
5G increase the accuracy, but it could control with a very limited differences that they could guarantee safety while driving.
So what you're saying is that 5G networks enables the car to accurately detect the distance, and it's also making a faster judgment on where the obstacles are, and it's going to decrease the possibility of
sound and stable operation under any circumstances could be possible with the help of 5G technology.
The 5G technology and the future and sustainable mobility stood out at this year's CES. Many automobile companies at this year's CES presented autonomous vehicles, which were sensational from last year, and they also showcased a change in getting around by presenting personal air vehicles. Korea's Hyundai Motor is one representative example. Hyundai Motor showcased the flying car, the concept of a personal air vehicle known as the SA1. One forte about personal air vehicles is that you don't need a runway and you can get around in the city without being stuck in traffic. This vehicle is pioneering a new path in aviation mobility.
Well, we're talking about futuristic vehicles at the moment, and one of the attention grabbers at this year's CES was by far the flying car.
Yeah. Sure.
And there was this personal air vehicle, it's also known as PAV, presented by Hyundai Motor. How do you think the mobility sector will change in the near future?
According to Morgan Stanley report issued last year, U.S. market size in the field of vertical takeoff and landing, VTOL in short, will reach from $2 billion in 2020 to $21 billion by 2025. And then think about the timeline. It is not that far from now, and then it is imminent, and then there will be the game changer in transportation or mobility vehicle in the near future. It is not a matter of technology feasibility, but a matter of economic feasibility, I might say.
And I found this particular flying car presented by Hyundai so interesting because it's almost looking like a drone, but
drone.
It's huge in size.
Huge in size.
I guess in the near future they could make that self-automated vehicle, but I don't know. I was imagining more of a actual car that we just see on the street, but this is more like a hexacopter.
We have to think about safety when it is operated in reality, even though this flying car is operated under any circumstances, it could guarantee the safety while passengers are using this flying car. That is why it is not a matter of technology, but a matter of regulation. So there are so many regulations hinder this kind of flying car from operating in reality. And then more than anything else, we have to think about it, how it could be possible instead of that, how let it possible in the future. And then in a way to promote those kind of innovation into reality, and then all the regulation and then all the steps, even the safety system should be support to make it happen, I might say. In reality, economically, it might not feasible, I might say.
I mean, I question that myself as well. You know, even if we have such a neat technology, we do need to first establish the legislative measures, regulations to secure the safety of people.
And then when talking about the innovation, always that the expert or the specialists, they keep talking about the risk or a threat of those kind of innovation first, which could hinder the progress of those kind of the introduction of new technology.
In the display sector, Korea's Samsung and LG Electronics presented the 8K TVs and proved that they are unrivaled in technology. LG was lauded for its large-scale exhibition of OLED flexible displays. The company mesmerized everyone with its OLED wave. LG's signature OLED R is the world's first ever rollable OLED TV. This product grabbed everyone's attention at the CES 2019, and this year, it was chosen as the best TV by winning the 2020 Best of CES Awards. Samsung Electronics is another prominent company, and it was lauded for its QLED 8K TV. Samsung presented its upcoming lineup of premium 8K QLED TV. It has a deep learning technology and the AI quantum processor. This new Ultra HD TVs offer a high resolution with quantum dot enhancements, while under the hood, Samsung is using its new AI Quantum 8K. Another key feature is the infinity screen design that uses extremely narrow bezel to produce a screen-to-body ratio of 90%.
Well, Korea is very famous. Two companies, Samsung Electronics and LG, they caught the attention of local and foreign companies as well as personnel because they have achieved some really interesting awards at this year's CES, right? What were their achievements?
Samsung Electronics and then LG Electronics bellwethers of innovation in display and TV product. Even CES 2020, Samsung Electronics got 12 awards of innovation in TV product.
12?
Such as the massive, the wall, and then rotating server. And LG also got a lot of awards, especially in the OLED TV, and then LG displays roll down OLED, which is a kind of very convenient. And then we could utilize the wall. In addition, that 8K.
That's it, right?
Wow, yeah.
Rollable OLED TV.
Rollable OLED.
So it goes down and it goes up.
And then while it was rolling up, then we could utilize the hind wall. And then we could decorate it for the increased convenience and then comfortability at home. Always we have to think about how to decrease in terms of the budget and then cost. It might be one of the matters we have to solve from the perspectives of business professors. I expect that with the help of this kind of development, theaters or streaming industry such as Netflix or YouTube Premium service could be very, very rapidly increasing due to the help of this kind of TV display.
One of the things that I want to ask you is the premium TV market, because 8K TV was also an attention grabber at this year's CES. So what do you think of that?
No, it is very promising, and then even my opinion, personal opinion, is I prefer using this kind of streaming service with the help of 8K display.
Well, Professor Oh, we have touched upon many interesting topics, from AI, 5G networks, automated vehicles, to TV. What would be the appropriate direction that the Korean government and companies should take in order to compete with some of the major global IT giants?
CES 2020 shows us some impressive example, but also gave a lot of lesson. In the center of CES 2020, there lies trial and efforts of innovation for capturing chances of a first mover in the market. I might say that Korean companies have to be a market creator, not the market follower, and then keep positioning of market leader, and then foremost, and then by way of a continuous creative innovation, and then they could lead the market. Sustained investment for R&D should be supported from the capital market, not to mention of the government. And to the government side, that the regulation operation, I mean that always regulation operation trap the innovation. And then from now on, that I beg that the Korean government, they utilize and then operate their regulatory system in a way to promote the innovation and to be the leader and then creator in the market for Korean companies, lead the industry in the future.
Well, today we have touched upon many interesting topics, and going over CES 2020 was sort of like looking at our future, well, what our future is going to be like. So thank you very much today for taking your time to be with us today and sharing your insights.
Thank you for having me, and then it is such an honor for me to share knowledge and experiences with you. Thank you.
The CES 2020 opened up a new window of opportunity to see the technologies that will unfold in the upcoming decade. We hope the South Korean government and companies will continue a rigorous research and development so that our homemade technologies will take center stage in the futuristic lifestyle. That brings us to the end of this week's edition of Korea 4.0. We'll be back with another informative economic discussion next week. See you next time.